So I had an incident that's happening at this moment right now, and it's been a challenge for me. My mom just became an entrepreneur again. She has been an entrepreneur for more than 20 years, I think 30 years actually. She opened a restaurant in New Westminster. So she was working on her menu and her pricing, and I told her price high and discount often, right? So she put up her pricing, and now the business is sort of slow, and there's been a few reviews of people saying it's priced high, right? And my uncle has been in business 12 years, same sort of restaurant, it's actually just down the street here. And I went and saw him, and he told me you should price low, build up your customer base, and then raise your prices slowly. And he's been in business for 12 years, so I said he's right? So I went back to my mom and I said, okay, lower your price. She said, no, I can't lower my prices. I said, no, you gotta lower your prices. I said, I just said lower your prices.
You changed your tune on her.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about that? I mean, is that, when you're starting out, should you price low, build up your customer base, build up your experience, and then slowly raise your prices?
I just don't like when people start the lowest in the market. That's something that bothers me. It's like, let's give away as much as we can for free, and then trying to, like, it's almost like a bait and switch.
You're saying that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I just feel like it's like the bait and switch isn't really the best tactic. Like, you should give value for sure and create a relationship.
Yeah,
but
I say price right, but add a lot of value.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you're saying right off the bat,
Yes.
price higher, and then...
Because
you're valuing
you know what happens? If I'm a graphic designer and I want to work with no less than $10,000 clients per project, if I say yes, and this comes to you, you said something earlier, right? This answers that. If you say yes to a whole bunch of things that is unideal and that is not in the realm that you want, what happens is you build a community of exactly what you don't want. And a community of what you don't want breeds more of what you don't want. So my question to you is, how often do you say no?
How often do I say no to?
Things that are not, because you said you placed it on the other person. People, I don't exactly remember what you said, but you said it's hard to have them understand.
Well, when you walk people through creating their unique differentiator and figuring out where the niche client is going to be, they have a hard time saying, okay, I'm going to make that leap from I'm everything to everybody to I specialize in and I charge good money for.
Correct.
Right?
And it has everything
Sometimes
around
they do,
that
sometimes they don't, but
has
it
to be
takes-
a lot of no's. The most successful people that I know in my life say no more than they say yes, and that's for that precise reason.
They don't believe it.
Yeah, that's
Right.
That's your problem.
I'm not
That's your
explaining it.
problem. You got to dig way deeper than you're digging probably
Fair
now.
enough. That's good.
Because they're not buying it. So you're let's do this. Figure out how you're differentiated. Oh, you're differentiated because you're the highest quality hot dog stand in Vancouver, and they're like, they don't believe
gotta
it.
own it.
How do
You got-
position that message then?
You got to ask different questions. You got to get so deep to that rock solid foundation that they could stand up in court and defend it as who they are at their core. They've got a file folder an inch thick of evidence, right? Which usually doesn't come from the generic industry characteristics like high quality, on time, good service, blah, 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 blah. It comes from some other crazy ass sideways angle that is like their whole life that they did when they were a kid and were passionate about, and they think it's their personal life. They think it has nothing to do with their business. You got to find those patterns that are so core to who they are. But then the trick is you got to look at it and say, all right, now how does this thing manifest as a benefit to your ideal clients? Because it's some crazy ass thing from their person. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then
I totally get that.
that's they're not buying it.
We got a
so
quick question
that's
over
it.
here.